Welcome back to my channel. Today, we will delve into one of the most emotional and heartbreaking twists in CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful, a story that has torn apart not one, but two lives, and exposed the rawest emotions of Ridge Forrester. A tale of love, betrayal, regret, and sacrifice, this chapter centers on Ridge's internal battle between two women he loves and his struggle to navigate the consequences of his heart's true desire. Ridge has always been the rock of the Forrester family. Strong, confident, and seemingly immune to emotional turmoil. But for weeks, he's been fighting an internal war that no one can see. His love for Taylor Hayes is genuine, and their relationship has had its beautiful moments, but something has been haunting him, a lingering feeling that he cannot shake. It started with the House Forrester fashion show weeks ago, where Brooke Logan stepped onto the runway in a wedding dress. The sight of her in that gown stirred something deep within Ridge, bringing back waves of memories from their past. Even though Ridge had rejected Brooke's recent confession of love, deep down, his heart knew the truth. He still loved her. But Ridge has always been loyal, and his commitment to Taylor has been steadfast. He knows how much Taylor has been there for him through thick and thin. She's been his constant companion, his source of stability. He doesn't want to hurt her, but the more time passes, the more the pressure builds inside him. He is tormented by the reality that his heart is still tied to Brooke, and despite his efforts to suppress those feelings, they keep resurfacing. Meanwhile, Brooke's presence in Ridge's life continues to weigh heavily on him. He's seen her confide in Deacon at Il Giardino, sharing stories and moments of vulnerability. Ridge cannot help but feel a twinge of jealousy every time he sees them together, even though he knows that Deacon and Brooke have a history of their own. Ridge fears that Deacon might be filling a void that he himself should be occupying, and this jealousy only serves to fuel his inner turmoil. Ridge's inability to come to terms with his feelings finally takes its toll on him. One night, after a few too many drinks, Ridge finds himself at Steffi's home. The alcohol has loosened his tongue, and before he knows it, the floodgates of emotion open. In a moment of sheer vulnerability, he confesses to Taylor the truth he has been avoiding for so long. "I can't keep living this lie, Taylor," Ridge says, his voice shaking. "The truth is, I've never stopped loving Brooke. It's always been her. You're wonderful, Taylor. You've given me everything, but I can't keep pretending. I need to be with Brooke." Taylor's face falls, her eyes welling with tears. The words hit her like a physical blow. She has spent years by Ridge's side, loving him without condition, believing they would have the life together they both dreamed of. To hear Ridge tell her that he no longer feels the same, especially after everything they've been through, shatters her heart in ways she never imagined. "But why now, Ridge? Why now after all this time?" Taylor whispers, her voice filled with pain. Ridge, his emotions raw and unfiltered, struggles to explain. "I tried, Taylor. I really did. But it's Brooke. It always has been. I don't want to hurt you, but I can't live this lie anymore." Taylor, devastated by the revelation, walks away. She needs space to process the weight of Ridge's betrayal. The man she believed would stand by her forever is now choosing someone else. Her heart aches, but she knows that she can't change Ridge's heart. He's made his choice. The next morning, Ridge wakes up with a pounding headache and the weight of last night's confession pressing down on him. He knows that what he said can't be unsaid, and Taylor's heartbreak is now his responsibility. But there is no turning back. He needs Brooke. He needs to be with her, and he knows that he has to go to her, no matter what. But when Ridge finds Brooke, ready to confess and beg for a second chance, he is stunned by her response. She looks at him with an unreadable expression, her eyes filled with both sadness and something else, something Ridge can't quite place. Ridge, Brooke says softly, I can't do this. Not like this. Not at the expense of Taylor's feelings. I love you. You know that. But I can't just walk into your life when it's been torn apart. Not like this. Ridge is taken aback. He's sure that once he confesses his feelings to Brooke, she will welcome him with open arms, just as she always has. But her hesitation, her clear discomfort, catches him off guard. She's not rushing to embrace him. She's holding back. Brooke, please, Ridge pleads. I want to be with you. I've made my decision. Taylor understands. I can't go on living like this. I love you. Brooke shakes her head, stepping back. You think it's that simple? You think you can just come to me after you've hurt Taylor like this? I won't be the reason for her pain, Ridge. Not again. We've been through this too many times. I can't do it. Not now. Ridge stands there, speechless. His heart sinks. He thought that once he made his feelings known, Brooke would reciprocate. But instead, she's refusing him. She's not rejecting him out of spite, but out of respect for Taylor. Brooke has always been the woman who could forgive him for his mistakes, but this time, the timing is wrong. She can't allow herself to be the reason for Taylor's heartache. Ridge leaves, crushed. He can't understand how things went so wrong. He's lost the woman he loves, and Taylor has been devastated by his confession. Ridge's mind races as he drives aimlessly, trying to make sense of everything. He doesn't want to hurt anyone, yet here he is, torn between the woman who has been his constant support and the woman who holds his heart. Steffi, who has been watching from a distance, tries to offer her mother comfort. She listens to Taylor as she cries, holding her hand tightly. You deserve someone who is fully committed to you, Mom, Steffi says gently. You've been through so much. Don't let Ridge's indecision hurt you more than it already has. Taylor nods, wiping her tears away. I love him, Steffi. But if he's not willing to choose me now, then maybe I need to let him go. The days that follow are a blur of heartache, confusion, and unanswered questions. Ridge spends sleepless nights contemplating his choices. He knows he's made a mess of things, but he doesn't know how to fix it. He's alienated the two women he loves, and now, it feels like it might be too late to rebuild any part of his life. Finally, after days of reflection, Ridge reaches out to Taylor. He's ready to apologize. He's ready to take responsibility for the hurt he caused, even if it means losing her for good. When they meet, Ridge is vulnerable. He admits that he was selfish, that he acted impulsively, and that he didn't think about the consequences of his actions. I've always been torn between you two, Ridge says, his voice thick with emotion. I'm sorry, Taylor. I never meant to hurt you. I just want to be happy, and I thought it could be with Brooke. Taylor listens quietly, tears in her eyes. You broke my heart, Ridge. But I need to be strong for myself, for our family. I can't keep putting myself in this position where you're not sure about me. I need someone who is sure. Ridge is devastated by her words, but he understands. He knows he has to let her go, just as much as he has to let go of Brooke for now. But he also knows that he will always love both women, and that love will shape the rest of his life, in ways he can't yet fully comprehend. As the story unfolds, Ridge's journey of self-discovery is far from over. He will have to learn how to navigate the fractured relationships in his life and figure out where his heart truly belongs. And for Taylor and Brooke, the future remains uncertain, as they both face the consequences of loving a man who was always torn between them. But for now, the question remains, can Ridge rebuild his life, or will he forever be haunted by the ghosts of his past decisions? Stay tuned, because in The Bold and the Beautiful, the path to redemption is rarely a straight line. Next, we will dive deep into the intricate dynamics of the fragile peace between Hope Logan and Steffy Forrester on The Bold and the Beautiful. While a heartfelt moment between the two rivals recently hinted at a ceasefire, fans of the CBS soap know that tranquility in Los Angeles is often short-lived. With Liam Spencer's terminal illness storyline casting a somber shadow over their relationship, there's an undeniable push for unity. However, history, personal differences, and the very nature of daytime drama suggest that this piece may be nothing more than a fleeting illusion. Let's explore in detail why the détente between Hope and Steffy is likely doomed to unravel, unpacking the layers of their rivalry, past patterns, and the narrative demands of the show. A glimmer of hope amidst heartbreak, Liam's wish for harmony. At the heart of this unfolding storyline is Liam Spencer, a man facing a devastating diagnosis that has forced him to confront his mortality. As he grapples with the reality of a terminal illness, Liam's deepest wish is not for himself, but for the two most important women in his life, Hope and Steffy, the mothers of his daughters. He yearns to see them set aside years of bitterness and forge a genuine bond before his time runs out. In a powerful scene from the May 9th episode, viewers witnessed a breakthrough. Hope, overcome with emotion, embraced Steffy in a moment of raw vulnerability. She expressed profound gratitude for Steffy's candor about Liam's condition, a gesture that seemed to melt away some of the ice between them. This poignant exchange was more than just a tearjerker, it symbolized a potential turning point. With Hope preparing to return to Forrester Creations where she and Steffy will inevitably cross paths daily, there's a sliver of optimism that they might build on this moment. Imagine the possibility of collaborative projects at the fashion house, shared laughter over memories of Liam, or even late-night heart-to-hearts as they navigate their grief. Yet, while this hug felt like a balm on old wounds, it's hard to ignore the storm clouds on the horizon. Their rivalry has roots far deeper than Liam's influence, and a single emotional encounter, no matter how sincere, cannot erase decades of tension. Could this be the start of a lasting friendship, or merely a brief pause before the inevitable clash? A step forward, but not a leap, the complexity of their connection. The bond, or rather, the complicated history between Hope and Steffy adds another layer to this narrative. For years, they shared a unique familial tie as stepsisters, a connection born from the marriage of Steffy's father, Ridge Forrester, to Hope's mother, Brooke Logan, during a time when Steffy's own mother, Taylor Hayes, was presumed dead. This period of their lives wasn't just a footnote, it was fraught with conflicting loyalties and unspoken resentments. The recent emotional embrace between them was undeniably a step in the right direction, a flicker of warmth in a relationship often defined by cold competition. However, promises to bury the hatchet are easier made than kept. Picture this, a tense boardroom meeting at Forrester Creations where a creative disagreement spirals into personal jabs, or a casual remark about their shared past that reopens old scars. If Liam's presence as a mediator fades, whether through his worsening condition or a tragic outcome, it's conceivable that the fragile truce will shatter under the weight of unresolved grievances. Their commitment to peace feels genuine in the moment, but the shadow of their history looms large. Without Liam to anchor them, will they revert to the familiar territory of rivalry, unable to resist the pull of past animosities? The stakes are high, and the odds seem stacked against them. Beyond Liam, the deeper roots of discord. While Liam's love triangle with Hope and Steffy has often been the flashpoint of their conflict, it's crucial to recognize that their rivalry predates his arrival in their lives. Long before Liam became the object of their affections, these two women were romantic and personal adversaries, shaped by family legacies and clashing values. Steffi, with her fierce loyalty to the Forrester name, embodies the strength and determination of her late grandmother, Stephanie Forrester, whose disdain for the Logan family, particularly Brooke, was legendary. This inherited bias casts a long shadow over Steffi's interactions with Hope, who, as Brooke's daughter, carries the weight of that storied feud. Moreover, their differences in outlook and ambition have perpetually fueled friction. Hope's idealism and desire to champion causes through her fashion line often clash with Steffi's pragmatic, business-first approach at Forrester Creations. Consider a hypothetical scenario where Hope pushes for a sustainable fashion initiative that Steffi deems financially impractical. Such a disagreement could easily escalate into a full-blown war of words, dredging up past resentments. Even if Liam's current crisis temporarily unites them, new conflicts are almost guaranteed to emerge. Their history suggests that every truce is merely a prelude to the next battle, with or without Liam's influence. Will they ever find common ground, or are they destined to repeat the same destructive cycles? A history of broken truces, patterns of conflict. If history is any indicator, the current peace between Hope and Steffi stands on shaky ground. Over the years, they've made multiple attempts at reconciliation, each one sparked by a crisis or a shared goal, only to see those efforts crumble under the weight of mistrust and unresolved issues. Remember the time they briefly banded together to support a family member in crisis, only to fall back into petty squabbles over a misunderstanding? Or the countless promises to start fresh that dissolved at the first sign of competition? These repeated failures make it challenging to believe that this latest truce will defy the odds. Even with Liam's health crisis acting as a powerful motivator, it's unlikely to be the glue that holds them together indefinitely. Once the initial wave of grief or concern subsides, the old triggers: jealousy, professional rivalry, family loyalty could resurface with a vengeance. Imagine a future where Liam's absence leaves a void, and the two women, struggling to cope, inadvertently blame each other for their pain. Such a scenario isn't far-fetched given their track record. The pattern is clear: while external forces can momentarily bridge their divide, internal differences always seem to pull them apart. Can they break free from this cycle, or are they doomed to repeat history? The heart of soap opera, drama as the lifeblood. Let's not forget the very essence of the bold and the beautiful. A soap opera thrives on conflict, passion, and high-stakes drama. With other major storylines evolving, such as Brooke Logan potentially moving on from her long-standing destiny with Ridge Forrester as new character Nick Marone enters the scene, the show needs a central feud to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. The rivalry between Hope and Steffi has long been a cornerstone of the series, providing endless twists, betrayals, and emotional roller coasters that define daytime television. Reigniting their conflict isn't just a possibility, it's a narrative necessity. Spoilers hint that while Hope and Steffi may discuss burying their past animosities, their perspectives could shift as new challenges arise. Picture a dramatic showdown at a Forrester Creations gala, where a public disagreement over a business decision turns personal, drawing gasps from the assembled guests. Or a quieter, but no less devastating, moment where one accuses the other of exploiting Liam's memory for personal gain. These scenarios aren't just speculation, they align with the show's need to sustain tension and captivate its audience. As the story unfolds, expect their dynamic to evolve in unexpected ways, with fleeting moments of camaraderie giving way to renewed hostility. Will the writers allow a permanent peace, or will drama reign supreme as it always has? Conclusion: a peace too fragile to endure. As we've explored, the recent reconciliation between Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester, spurred by Liam Spencer's heartbreaking illness, is a touching yet precarious development. Their emotional embrace and shared resolve to honor Liam's wish for unity offer a glimmer of hope, but the weight of their history, the depth of their differences, and the demands of soap opera storytelling cast serious doubt on the longevity of this piece. From family legacies of rivalry to professional disagreements at Forrester Creations, the obstacles they face are numerous and deeply ingrained. Past truces have faltered under less intense circumstances, and without Liam as a stabilizing force, the odds of lasting harmony seem slim. Yet, isn't that what makes the bold and the beautiful so irresistible? The push and pull of relationships, the unpredictability of human emotion, and the constant dance between conflict and resolution keep us tuning in week after week. As Hope and Steffi navigate this latest chapter, their journey promises to be filled with surprises, heartbreak, and perhaps even moments of unexpected tenderness. So, dear viewers, stay with us as we watch this saga unfold. Will peace prevail against all odds, or will the fires of rivalry burn brighter than ever? Keep your eyes on B&B for the next twist in this captivating tale.